Namaste, beautiful souls. Welcome and thank you for watching. I'm Gabrielle, retired medium in Germany, and I like to share some of my otherworldly experiences and insights. So this is about King Solomon and his choice for wisdom. You probably all heard or know of the famous King Solomon, who was a wise ancient king, and there are some stories about him in the Bible. What is most known about him, I think, is his famous Solomonian judgment, where he was the judge in his kingdom, and two women came in front of the court, in front of him, and they were quarreling about a child, and both of them were claiming that they are the mother of the child. So here I already start to kind of wonder, because you know whether you are the mother of that child or not. How can a false mother claim to be the mother of that child? And what does she want to gain with that? I mean, you don't own a child. So there is already something that makes me wonder a lot. But okay, let's go with the story. I think probably Solomon was in the same kind of situation, how to find out which one of the two women is lying and which one is the true mother. So he came up with a very drastic and radical kind of solution. He offered to cut that child in half, and both women can have half a child. Well, but by this solution, the child will be dead if you cut it in half. So that's where truth showed up, because the real mother would never sacrifice her child and have it be cut in half and by that killed. Then she rather gives it to the false mother. So she's resigning. One of the women is saying, no, I don't want that. Then give it to her. And the false mother, who is kind of getting what she wanted, that child, she's proving that she's not the right mother, because her desire, need, or greed she put upon and over and above the life of the child. So that's kind of radical and drastic to find out who's the true mother. But I think a lot of you may not know how King Solomon gained his wisdom. That's another story which I find very interesting. It is said that King Solomon was kind of offered by God, granted one wish. So just imagine, Source, God, all that is, offers you a free wish. What would you go for? Most people, also in ancient times, went for the well-known suspects, as there are money, power, and fame. But if you're not kind of a stable soul, experienced, then you might easily fall for the traps within one of these kind of three goals to aim at. If you're not able to handle money, you can lose it all at once or be very empty and shallow, because you can buy anything, but you can't buy love, you can't buy friendship. So this material approach is not really a good idea. Same with power. Power can kind of corrupt you if you're not stable enough or well in your kind of soul growth to navigate that. And fame is the same thing. I always liked a very special German actor who has transitioned now. And that poor guy, he was a very good actor. He could play anything. That was kind of scary when he played the villain sometimes, because he did it so well. But in the end, all the actors more or less end up in TV series of playing a detective, because that's kind of the safe number to get your money as an actor. So that poor guy couldn't even cross the street in the morning to go over to the bakery and buy some bread rolls for his breakfast, because everybody on the street knew him and addressed him with the name of the detective from the TV series. And although he smiled and greeted back and said, "I'm not this so-and-so character," they never changed. And when they approached him, they always said, "Oh, I saw all of your movies and I like you so much," and blah, 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 blah. Imagine to hear that 100 times a day. That's really boring. So that guy emigrated to another country. He settled in Italy, where no one knew him, and he could go and cross the street and go to the bakery without being recognized, and have a normal life, at least a little bit of that. So to me, fame is not a good choice as well. And Solomon pondered about his one wish, and then he uttered that he goes for wisdom. Just listen to the sound of this word, wisdom. I just love it, because phonetically it's transporting a lot. And God was so pleased with Solomon's wish that he did not only grant him wisdom, but all of the before named as well, because Solomon was also famous for being very rich and having a lot of power. But with the wisdom in the first place, he was able to navigate money, power, and fame in the best possible way. So this is my little talk today about wisdom as the better choice, because that includes everything, not only soul growth, soul evolution, and more cognition even for the ego mind and the person. It also grants navigating all the kind of riches this world can offer, but they always come with a trap. And the wise one is able to navigate the traps as well. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. Thank you very much for listening and watching. And as always, beautiful souls, blessings, liberation, and fortitude to you on your soul path. Bye.